Ladies and levers, this is SUPERZOMGBBQ, and it only felt like yesterday we were getting excited about Cataclysm tier, which was dropping, and I was over in America, and it was all really crazy, and oh my god, and now suddenly, it felt like it's only been 7 weeks, 6-7 weeks, and we're now talking about summer. Most importantly, SummerSlam. And in today's video, we're going to talk about it, when it's going to drop, and everything else that's going to go on from then to now. We're going to talk about the future. Before we get into all the complications, if you like what you're seeing in the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Whilst you're there, it takes 2 seconds. And, of course, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on by ringing the bell, just so you see more of this kind of stuff. So, we are pretty much a week, 2 weeks away. At the point of recording this, it's coming. It's definitely coming. We've had the fusions, we've had the throwback cards. The only thing we haven't had is a female event card, which I think is going to be dropping either this week or next week. Not to mention the crazily overpowered Enjoy the Ride fusions, which have given a lot of people a lot of very overpowered cards. And I know there's going to be people in the comment section who are going to be saying, yeah, I don't have loads of OP cards, and that's fine. But the drive has been for a while to get people up to the next tier. Login bonus that you got here. Good segue, I think. The luck in these has completely changed. Now you're getting more likely to get Gothics, Neons, and higher up cards instead of just Ultimates and Elites. And I get myself WrestleMania 33, which completely debunks that theory. But I've got myself about 5 Gothics in the last 4 days, which beforehand I hadn't even got 1 Gothic for about, I don't know, God knows how long. I think 2 months or something. SummerSlam tier is coming, whether it's Summer tier, whether it's called Slam tier, whether it's called SummerSlam 19 or just simply SummerSlam, it is coming. We know that. There's no new season that's going to be dropping right now. Cat Daddy and 2K are running down the standard line of this brand new SummerSlam tier dropping sometime soon. When exactly is it happening? Well, let's go through the roadmap. Now, you might remember this back from WrestleMania 35 tier. This came up several times and was updated several times over the course of March. It then ran into April, and then suddenly we got WrestleMania tier. Now, this is an updated version. I wish I could say it's official, but it's not. I've created it for your purposes, and I'm going to update it literally every single time there are changes. So, you have got the most recent Team Ring domination, which was for Charlotte Flair. As of tomorrow, we should have Hall of Fame cards added to that list. Now, I will say that there is a lot of speculation going on in this list. As you can see, last man standing. Why do I think it's going to be a last man standing? Because we've only got 3 event cards. In fact, if I go to my top 8 right now, my trusty top 8, you'll see we have 3 event cards. No last man standing card, which has never happened before in a tier. Even in Goliath tier, which is another short tier, we got at least 1 last man standing card. We even got 2 last man standing cards in WrestleMania 35 tier. The fact that it's not shown up yet, I'm actually really surprised at. So I think we're going to get a last man standing. I'm worried it's going to be a female last man standing because we haven't had the female event yet, but I'm expecting for us to get at least 1 more male superstar and then move across to getting the female. So let's talk about the rest of it. We got last man standing is going to show up. Everyone's going to be so pleased to see it. Well, most people will be pleased to see it. Some people will obviously not be particularly happy because of its reputation. Onwards from that, I am going to absolutely cast iron guarantee you that if we've got last man standing this week, we will get Giants Unleashed next week. It's a brand new mode. It went absolutely amazingly the first time. Couple of small things, give it more tests. It's the end of a tier. What matters if it's a little bit too easy or it goes a little tiny bit wrong? But I believe that they will do a slightly earlier Giants Unleashed, which, if I'm looking at my calendar, will be on the Wednesday. So I'll start that because the Hall of Fame cards would have already come out and we're starting to get ready for a new tier. Then, on the same day, the Summer Fusions will end. I know everyone's going to be like, oh my god, I haven't got all the cards. But in fairness, I think they should start at that point making it easier to obtain the undercards and stuff like that. So the Gothics, the Neons, and the Shattered, which are quite elusive, especially the female ones, unless you're buying packs, which I think that sucks a little bit. But maybe they'll put them in the events, who knows. Maybe they'll do like a Giants Unleashed and an Over the Limit at the same time. But that'll go down well. In fact, I joked on my stream last night that the worst possible event they could do was a Last Man Standing and Over the Limit. Please don't shoot me for that prediction. So, Giants Unleashed will then drop with the Summer Fusions ending there. Going forward into the weekend, we then start with a Flash Ring Domination, which starts on the Sunday, which then leads into Team Ring Domination on the Monday, which will have, I'm assuming, some form of overpowered card. Maybe I'm assuming like a Brock Lesnar, or maybe it might be another female. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be someone who's like big, who's just come back. So I'm thinking Brock Lesnar. So with Flash Ring Domination for the card that people had just got from Giants Unleashed, which I think will be a female card, finally. And who knows, that Giants Unleashed event and the Flash Ring Domination may be something linked to WWE 2K20, because that still hasn't been announced. Neither has the cover star, and we are now about to get into August, around SummerSlam time. And I know a specific Viking-sized gamer who is definitely hoping that it is not, because he has made a bet on Twitter. And I laughed very hard when I saw this, that he will dress up as Hulk Hogan and sing Real American whilst dressed up as Hulk Hogan. Let's be honest, we all want to see that, right? Now, if we're going by other tiers, the release date of SummerSlam tier will be, drumroll please, the week of SummerSlam. Yeah, you probably guessed that anyway. And when that drops, that'll be the final tier of Season 5. The road to Season 6, or whatever comes next, begins. And that's where we talk about what happens next. And that brings me on to numbers. Simply put, the numbers that are in this game right now, and this is not a rant, this is purely bringing up something that needs to be resolved quickly, are too much. Now, if you have a look at these event cards, it's hard enough trying to see these squashed numbers. It's getting a little bit ridiculous now, guys. Sorry, we have to get this fixed. I mean, this game was originally compared to like Top Trumps, where we had like the individual numbers and stuff. It was compared to like the other trading card games. Now we're getting to the point where SuperCard is just ludicrous. Doesn't look too bad on these cards, but on the others it's a little bit odd. And quite frankly, I think it's too complex. So, my opinions aside, it just looks aesthetically very displeasing. Now, they may decide during SummerSlam tier or the beginning of SummerSlam tier to actually do something about that. But other than changes to Last Man Standing, Over the Limit, and a few other bugs in game, and Team Battleground getting some decent rewards in the future, I think those are the biggest problems that need sorting out right now. If I take this Daniel Bryan as an example, which is one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen, if I do say so myself, I am going to do a couple of calculations. Now, this is one way they could deal with the situation. If I take this Daniel Bryan card with his total stats of 953,451, which is just ludicrous. Either the card itself looks absolutely amazing. You could do a couple of mathematics simulations on this to bring it down a notch. So I'm going to times this by 1.5. And that is then going to be divided, which is a large number, divided by 100, you're at 14,301. All you have to do to take off that 1.765, you've got a card that is roughly around the, and you'll see it on the screen, the stats of a legendary card. And I've actually calculated the other statistics as well. So just multiplying that power number times 1.5 divided by 100, take off the final number, boom, you've got yourself a card that's roughly around legendary tier status. There's some other things that have to be fixed out, but that's just an example of what they could do to fix this up. I'd like to know what your opinions are. It seems dead set in that SummerSlam tier is coming the week of SummerSlam on the Wednesday. It might be slightly earlier, but who knows at this point, but it is definitely dropping then. We are going to probably get the Hall of Fame cards this week. It's pretty much nailed on because we've had the throwbacks, then the fusions. Now the Hall of Fame is coming out, and I'm sure they'll be beautiful. And with the deck the way it is, I've never known a tier to drop after another tier without there being at least 4 event cards and 1 female card. So we are probably due another 3 events from this roadmap that I have created. Maybe SuperCard to prove me wrong and make one. Hit me up on Twitter with a follow or Instagram, and I will update this with the events that come up, and I'll shorten or extend those. Or WWE SuperCard could listen to the feedback and maybe do something similar that they did in WrestleMania 35 tier, because it's not like only like 95% of people are asking for this to happen again. So I did it for you. Sweet. Anyways, my name is SuperZombieGBBQ. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for checking this out. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. You guys know what to do. Hit that big like button if you're liking what you see and you're excited for what is to come next. Subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on. But before I leave you guys, I'm going to give a little bit of focus to mental health, because it's something that I am a huge supporter of, making sure that more people can speak up about their problems, and instead of hiding away in their heads, have the confidence to speak up to either their friends or alternatively their loved ones. And today I'm going to talk about likes, retweets, that kind of stuff, because there's been a lot on the media about Instagram removing likes from their platform because of the effect it has on easily influenced people. And I'm going to put this out there and say, it doesn't matter how many likes, retweets, replies, how many people like you in this world, as long as you like yourself and you are happy, that is all that matters. Sometimes you got to look after number 1, not the rest of the people on this planet. But that's it from me. I hope you have an awesome and wonderful day, you beautiful people. And one last thing, and that is to zombie!